and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whatever time it is where you are, good that time to you. This is Monica Monique back with another episode, and today we are getting into Shein or Shein, whatever y'all call it. Later on in this episode, I will be playing a clip from me and Zeee. We recorded a podcast where the end of it kind of got cut out, but the Shein part stayed in. And before we jump into that clip, I want to get into some Shein news that I've been seeing. Number one, Retail Boss posts on their Instagram this, which of course is crazy because Paris so recently banned fast fashion distributors from doing certain things in their country. So this news is kind of crazy. What is the news, you ask? The Chinese fast fashion giant Shein plans to open its first permanent store in France and roll out its shop-in-shops concept in department stores. Now, the quote shop-in-shops to me is crazy because hello, that's what people have done their whole lives. Online shopping is the new thing. It's not the old thing. So the concept of, oh my God, now you get to shop in a physical store being crazy is crazy because y'all know y'all could have did this the whole time, right? Anyway, Shein plans to open inside Paris's BHV department store alongside 5 Galeries Lafayette locations in cities including Dijon, Grenoble, Reims, Limoges, and Angers, transforming its model from temporary pop-up shops to lasting brick-and-mortar stores. It says, however, prominent French associations and Galeries Lafayette itself strongly opposed the partnership, arguing that Shein's fast fashion practices clash with the values and positioning of traditional French stores. Now, France's lawmakers are also considering new regulations targeting fast fashion stores and online e-commerce brands and companies. This law, if passed, could restrict Shein's advertising and curb their low-cost, high-volume fashion. Now, it says, on the other hand, Shein cites the expansion will generate about 200 jobs in France, with Shein citing consumer demand for physical retail experiences as a motivation for the prominent storefront. Now, if you ever listen to my other episodes, one thing I talk about with my brick and mortar store location and other retail stores is you need to create an experience in your retail store in order for it to survive a brick and mortar location. So I do believe retail stores need the experience element now in 2025 and beyond. But I also believe that you can't have a brand act like it's focusing on customers and creating experience when you are also known for bad practices within your manufacturing for this huge company where in China and overseas, we've seen documentaries on how you treat your employees. Creating 200 jobs in France is nowhere near the hundreds and thousands of workers you have in China and other countries where you are abusing your employees. We do not want you if this is what you represent. Let's look at the comment section. Paris and Shein don't even belong in the same sentence, says somebody by the Instagram name Celine Hermes. Celine Hermes, is that your name? Another comment says, was this fact checked? Question mark. Didn't France pass a law against fashion? So yes, France did pass a law against fast fashion in their practices. However, I believe that Shein is trying to go around it by creating a brick and mortar location to sell their clothes. For some reason, they're acting like the store and the retail experience is different than the company and the company's practices, which is crazy. Another comment says, in Paris, question mark, I was already horrified when I saw a made in China synthetic Karl Lagerfeld shirt. Somebody said, shame on Shein using prisoners as labor. That's also a thing that has been going around. Shein is using prisoners in different countries to make their products. Another comment says, this is good example of how sustainable fashion is supported. Well, is it a good example? I don't think so. However, the person could have been being sarcastic. Somebody else commented, Zara is no better than Shein, and I don't see why you're complaining. So I do believe that Zara also has been called out for some unethical practices within their manufacturing. However, not at all to the extent of Shein and their workers and how many workers they have and the abuse and situations that their workers are in. So while both can be bad, one is worse. Let's look at some other Shein news because I want to see if I can find this post. And if I can't, give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say I can't. But basically, Shein also launched a accelerator program for fashion designers to work within the Shein organization to bring their brand to life, manufacture for them, and design. Now, a lot of the comments within that post were saying, why would you ever launch your fashion career at Shein? All they're going to do is steal your brand faster. Agreed. We have seen time and time again, Shein will take popular designs from smaller brands, recreate those items, make it faster, offer it cheaper, and then sell to thousands of people where that small fashion brand probably only got 20 sales. Because not only do they not have the accessibility to the workers in the manufacturing, but they also don't have the accessibility to the marketing. So Shein has stolen from so many people their designs that now why would you go within the Shein organization to create your brand and possibly give them the authority to steal your designs for all future purposes until the end of time? I do not think it's smart at all, and I think that it's a trap. Because Shein already has unethical practices of stealing from other designers. So if you do end up working with them, it doesn't seem like it's going to be good. Yes, your brand will be launched under the Shein name, but do you really want to be associated with this brand? Okay, now I found it. It says Shein opens its supplier network to fashion brands to scale faster with new accelerator program. It says the new platform offers its fast fashion supply chain as a service, including rapid 5 to 7 day design to shelf product cycles, global warehousing, and order fulfillment support. Now, while that does sound good, are the people making these designs, the people that are building this brand, the people that are sewing your clothing, are they healthy? Are they working 18-hour shifts? Are these the people that we saw in the documentaries who are suffering to make these collections just to get 18 cents an hour or $2 an hour. Are these the people that are sleeping the floor in the factories? I do not want that for my brand. I don't want to be connected with that. Let's look at the comments of this post. It says, oh, somebody said, wow, this is so exciting. I wonder if they mean that. Somebody else said, if you want to fast track your brand being ripped off, this is a great idea. Again, we agree. Somebody commented, I had a deal with them and sold over 500,000. When I asked for more percentage, guess what happened? And guess how much I profited? Y'all be safe out here. The clothes are cheaply made and they have deals locked in with manufacturers and they only use certain fabrics. I'm assuming she means polyester or plastic. They are trying to do this now because their model isn't holding up. So now they're inviting y'all to rip off from you too. Now, obviously, this person said they had a deal with them and it didn't work out because they didn't get the money. They said their brand sold over $500,000 worth of clothes, but they only got a tiny percentage. And when they asked for more percentage, basically they didn't communicate with this person anymore, which sounds like something this brand would do given their history. Let's look at some other comments. Somebody said, I wonder if brands will weigh the opportunity against Shein's labor and tax controversies. Again, that's what we're talking about. If you want to be associated with this brand, that means you're also possibly opening the door for the people who are struggling working with this company in other countries to make a living, but also not having a life to live. That's something that you'll have to take into account for as well. Somebody said fast track to producing trash and exploiting workers. Yep, great idea. Again, somebody else said, and then they will have all the data that they need to copy bestsellers and undercut you. Exactly. If they're undercutting brands, obviously they're not associated with. But what makes you think they're going to do good by you when they have a history of not doing good by small fashion designers for all these years? Let's jump into the clip where me and Zeee had the conversation about Shein literally stealing her design personally and how that's working out for her. Let's go into the clip.
Or we could talk about how Etsy and Shein played in your face.
Was it Etsy? I don't think it was
It
Etsy.
seemed. You don't think it was Etsy?
No, I think they just logged on to Etsy and clicked on my story and stole my stuff.
Well, tell the people what happened. What happened?
So I'm getting ready for my sports season. I talked about it in the last episode. So football season, it's always sports season, but like I guess I'm more so just focused on football season because the football team in my city is like really good versus the basketball team is not really good. So I think I would just really care about football season, but like sports season could always be um good for me, honestly. But
Right.
I'm getting ready for like my football season as a designer, and I was like, all right, let me like see what other people are doing. Let me see, just keeping up with what the sports fashion is looking like right now. I types in, I forget what I type in. Custom tees, graphic tees, sports fashion. I forget what I typed in. The very first post, the very first post is my design. But this is the plot twist. Is my design. I designed a t-shirt. It's my t-shirt design, but it's not my website. It's not my name. It's not my Etsy shop. It is Shein's name. And on top of it, it says sponsored. So they paid, yes, so they paid for that, first of all. But also like my Etsy shop used to pop up when you typed in like sports gear or like sports fashion or whatever, my Etsy shop would pop up on Google, and it
Really?
actually it yeah when I checked it actually didn't anymore. So I'm like, I wonder if Google don't promote mine because they paid. It says like they paid sponsor, or what if
Right.
like, or what if like Shein blocked my Etsy shop from being seen? I don't know, so that
Right.
you could see theirs first.
Right.
But they stole my t-shirt design word for word, bar for bar. Nothing was different. Nothing was different. It's actually a graphic. I made the graphic myself. Um and I put it on a shirt myself. Like I did all of it myself. It took me like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like funny at first. Like a part of me really felt some type of way. Like a part of me was kind of like heartbroken because I'm like, I just remembered like all the work I was putting in like within those 2 weeks. Like, all right, I need a graphic team. I knew I needed a graphic team.
Right.
Cause that's the like everybody's looking for sports t-shirts. Like that's the one thing that's gonna sell. So I'm like, all right, let me design this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So and I just remember all the work that I put in, and they literally took it, but like they are a bigger brand than me, so their t-shirts are actually cheaper than what my t-shirts are, and I just kept imagining like, all right, so what if I'm out in public and I see somebody wear this shirt? Like how am I feel? Like this is me in the studio making this shirt. I put in all this work, and I didn't even make the money off of it. You're
Right.
wearing my design, my idea, like, and I didn't make nothing off of it. So
Right.
a part of me was laughing, like, dang, I can't believe she like, like, oh shoot, I made it, like, I made it out the hood, like, oh shoot, like, I'm being copied, like, but then
Right.
when I really thought about it, like, I was upset a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, gotta watch out.
Gotta watch out. I mean,
How do
so
you
you
feel
don't think
about?
I had no part of it?
Oh yeah, you said you think Etsy is selling. You think Etsy is selling my
Yeah.
design? No,
'Cause
no,
when you first,
Etsy. Huh?
I remember when you first got on Etsy, you was saying like how when you put stuff on Etsy, it automatically pops up on Google and stuff, and
Mhm.
how a lot of your Etsy stuff ends up on Google on the front page and stuff like that. So it's being seen by a lot more people. But what if it's being sold to
I don't
people
think.
too?
I don't even think it's being sold because when I scrolled down to like more um, Eagle shirts, they
Hmm.
stole from other designers too. So
Yeah.
I think that they just log on to Etsy, see what other designers are doing, and they just steal it because like we don't really got the they know what they're doing. They're a bigger brand, they know what they're doing, they know they can
Right.
take it. So I think they just log on to Etsy, see what's trending, and they take what's trending.
Right.
But like
Yeah. That's
How can Etsy be selling it? It's free. All you gotta do is just log on.
right.
So no, I
Right.
don't think
That's true.
Etsy's selling it. But Google, they ain't sponsoring your stuff no more.
Right.
I believe Google on that.
Maybe.
I'm gonna post it on my page though, my actual page.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna post on the XYZ page or the shop custom jerseys page, but I'm like, Shein, yeah, stole my stuff.
Right.
Or
You should
maybe
put
it's
it
a
on both.
yeah,
Cause
I
can't
could
you? You
collab.
know how like collab doing collab posts.
Mm-hmm.
Very memories. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's also good. I mean, not that it's good, but you could definitely use it to make money off of
Mm-hmm.
your own business.
Yeah. Or
A lot
maybe
of
if I do like what you told me to do, like maybe I could just jump it all up into one post.
hmm Yeah, a lot of people do campaigns like use promo code F Shein because they stole my design on my website, and then a lot of
Hmm.
people will support the original designer
Yeah.
and get a boost in sales because of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you could for sure get a boost in sales. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah. I kind of was like, okay, I give up. They can have it. That was my mindset.
Not I give up.
Cause I was just like, nobody's gonna buy my shirt.
Right. Philly people would. Philly people love Philly. They love Eagles. They'll if you promote it properly, like they stealing from a bleeding green girl, they will rock with you.
The day that I'm so scared for Eagle season to come. Cause I'm gonna see the shirt.
Wow.
Somebody's gonna wear the shirt, and
It's gonna be from
I feel like I'm a bust out crying.
it's gonna be from you. I'm telling you. We gonna get it on the news. We gonna get some posts up, and people are gonna support the original designer. That's what it is. That's what people do. Eagles fans support Eagles fans. So I think this will be a great promotion for you to get some business. Get it early, get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad was like, oh
A
yeah,
lot-
Chad was like, oh yeah, you got a lawsuit, baby. And Chad was like, oh, never mind.
Never mind. No, you don't.
That was hilarious.
No, these
But
chat guys.
shoot, let me design something else. Any type of graphic tee. Let me go get
Right.
it copyrighted and let me put it back on my Etsy so they can steal something else and I can get rich off a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, but how much does it cost to copyright something? Is it even worth it? What if that shirt don't pop? And then that be the design that you got copyrighted.
It gotta pop. It gotta pop.
Gotta
It gotta pop.
this one this one you gonna get money from this situation for sure. Money from the situation for sure. For me, I feel like if they was to steal anything from me, I would be on every news channel the next day. The next day, I would get so much money. I would get a
Every
killing
news channel is hilarious.
every news channel. Like, can you believe they stole from a EAGLES Eagles super fan like me?
How about
They
you
playing
go?
with us.
Look, how about you go on the news?
Do
You
they
act
know
like
who we
me. No, you go on the news. You act like me, and you do that performance right there.
are?
And you do that performance right there. You gonna bring in money.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm telling you, you gotta do it up. I'm telling you, Eagles people support Eagles people.
Yeah. Only time the city come together.
Yes, literally, it's for the Eagles. That's what I'm saying. You gonna get a whole bunch of sales.